Intermediate Advanced Tai Chi. Let's begin. Okay, welcome. Let's do some breathing and relaxation before we get into working on our advanced part of the form. Close your eyes. Press gently with the hands. Breathe in deeply, continue, breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. See if you can imagine that cascade of relaxation flowing down the body. Relax through the face and the jaw. Feel the neck relax. Feel the upper back and chest relax. Relax the shoulders. Feel some tension leave the arms and the hands. Feel the stomach relax. The low back relax. Relax the waist, the hips. Relax the thighs, the backs of the legs. Feel the knees soften. And the calves, release tension. And let the ankles and feet relax. Release, lower the hands over the eyes. Let's do an embracing course for not too long, since we got a little late start. Let's go just about 4 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. Then the knees circle the arms. In working on your relaxation and improving your body awareness, go through another one, another cascade in your embracing course. bowl of your body, pulling for tension. If any tension speaks up, release it. Let's go ahead and hold another 60 seconds. I didn't mention breath a lot. Go ahead and do the breath. Straighten the legs, lower the hands. Circle the arms up, breathe in. Push palms down. Let's do a little ride the wild horse. Again, anticipating that snake creeping down. Let's go for the large distance today. Again, 3 of them. And remember, you're not beginner class unless you're a beginner taking this class, in which case this doesn't really apply to you. Then sink. But without straining, see if you can go just maybe a little lower than you're used to. Don't strain. Look for just a tiny improvement. Inhale. Exhale. Two more like that. And I don't know if this will make sense to you. This is something that made sense to me. Continue up. And down, exhale. But when you look for that little extra than you're used to doing after some experience doing it, try to get it through letting go rather than forcing more down. Inhale. So what I mean by that, if it's not clear, is exhale. See if you can release some tension you're holding to go lower, rather than forcing yourself down. Inhale, one more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Bent our legs a little bit, at least. All right, so let's continue. Let's review with the moves we've done so far, not the whole thing today. We'll do one move that we haven't done yet. So we'll do slant flying after the repulse monkeys. Just do your best if you've never heard that move instructed before. Mainly it's a way to get us to get through the entire repulse monkeys and connect it to one little thing after that, sequence-wise. Okay, from crossed hands, we'll do this at least one time through slant flying, maybe twice. I'll call all the names out so we can stay together. Begin, embrace tiger, return to mountain. Grasp the bird's tail, turn to the right, shift it back, turn to the left, circle it around. Connect, shift forward, press, push. Diagonal single whip. Park the wild horse's mane, one. Step, shift, turn, arm. Park the wild horse's mane, two. Step, shift, turn, arm. Park the wild horse's mane, three. chin. Arms. Grasp the bird's tail. Pull back and press. And remember, I say these extra parts of grasp the bird's tail just for extra guidance while we're not in person. You don't have to say pull back, press, and push after you say grasp the bird's tail. Single whip. Four corners. Fair Lady work shovels, 1. Fair Lady work shovels, 2. Fair Lady work shovels, 3. Fair Lady work shovels, 4. Grasp the bird's tail. Single whip. Cloud hands, transition. Cloud hands, 1. Cloud hands, 2. Cloud hands, 3. Single whip. Snake creeps down. Golden Rooster stands on the left leg. Golden Rooster stands on the right leg. The Pulse Monkey is 1. Pulse monkeys, 2. The pulse monkeys, 3. Slant fly. Like I said, if you don't know slant fly, just copy the feet for now. Hopefully that was all visible in the camera. Let's just go and review repulse monkeys instead of all that repeat stuff again. Let's take a few moves. Let's come from a few moves back though. So we'll do single whip before. Guess what? Snake creeps down. So if you're working sequence, try to guess what's going to come next. So single whip. I just said it. Snake creeps down. What's next? Picture it. Golden Rooster stands on left leg. What's next? Picture it or say it. Golden Rooster stands on right leg. What's next? Picture it or say it. Pulse Monkey's 1. What's after that? 2 and 3. And then what's after that? Slant fly. Say the names with me or after me if you like. Snake creeps down. Golden Rooster stands on left leg. Golden Rooster stands on right leg. Pulse Monkey's 1. The Pulse Monkey's 2. The Pulse Monkey's 3. Slant fly. The squeaky spot on the floor there. Don't know if you could hear that or not. Let's do that one more time. Start a little more forward, so I'm centered overall. Stay creeps down. Golden rooster stands on left leg. Golden rooster stands on right leg. Repulse monkeys 1. Repulse monkeys 2. Repulse monkeys 3. Slant fly. All right. Okay. So, if you need any more review on repulse monkeys, I got some good feedback on repulse monkeys. Thank you, the person who sent that in. Appreciate it. Trying to remember off the top of my head some of the things that person said that they were helped by and that they remember. I think tucking was one of them. I think the 45-degree line, if you follow the footsteps, was one of the things as you go backwards. Forgetting what else off the top of my head. One thing I don't know if I talked about, which usually comes up in class, is what is the repulse monkey move? So if you just watch it, if you didn't know Tai Chi, you didn't have any sense of it, like this might be the part that caught your eye. It's a little more big than this part right here, right? Or this might have caught your eye. Even though I'm not doing it quite correctly, I'm exaggerating it to show you how it might catch your eye, but this might have caught your eye more than this. This is the move, though, and this is the follow through and the setup for the next move. Follow through, the setup. I'm coming forward to not run into the gong. Yeah. Oh, we did talk about the application a little bit. I remember that now. How? Yeah. So if you were attacking me, I would get my hand up to not get hit by your attack, and then very quickly step back, turn this thing under, come to the arm, and it would be a bit of an arm bar that would send you down, ideally, if I did it correctly and you committed with your punch. Yeah. So, just a quick review of some of the finer points, just in case, not the finer points, I think only points really. The angles of the feet, so if I'm walking backwards, the feet will be 20 degrees off the front, they're parallel, right? And then the same thing, when I go to my next one, here they are 20 degrees off the front, parallel. Talked about not turning early. Yeah, we kind of covered it all, unless I'm missing something. We might not have talked enough about the waist turn. We did talk about substantial and substantial and the weight, but we didn't talk about the waist very much. So, oh yeah, sorry, a little all over the place, but this does bring to mind a good correction, and that is overturning or turning from the wrong place in repulse monkeys. So, what does that look like? You'll hear I'll exaggerate it. I'm sure no one's doing it looking like this at home. I'm positive. Golden rooster. Let's get into our first one correctly, and then let's go too much. See how my knees moved? They didn't stay aligned with my feet. My hips kind of came along. That's too much turn. So if you can keep the knees basically where they are and turn the waist, you know, relax through the whole system best you can, but watch for overturning. And then here I go for my second one. This is the move, remember? This is the follow through, but it's not this follow through where I've actually felt weight leave the front foot. It shouldn't feel like that. It should feel like I'm still pretty rooted on both feet, even if I have a little more on the back than on the front. Distinctive step. can do as many as you want in practice, right? There are just 3 in the form. 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're in a slam fly. Is there an opposite example? Is there an underturning? I don't think I've ever seen it happen in class, but here's what it would look like. Yeah, no, that's not a thing that happens. So, yeah, watch out for overturning. Watch out for making this part be the move. Watch out for coming up too much. Like, I keep exaggerating what not to do with that coming up, so don't copy that. Let me give you one good example of me, like I was just practicing my repulse monkeys and not teaching. I'll get as close as I can to that one time, and hopefully that'll give you a truer model for the move. Okay, does that make sense? Turning the waist, turning the waist, turning the waist, turning the waist. That's what I'm talking about. You can do just the arms, but that's harder. So from your repulse monkey, turn the waist. It feels a little bit like you're doing like a rhinoceros or something in the waist, but you don't turn over. You stay upright, keep the hips back, turn the waist, let the arms follow. Okay. Let's do a little more practice of the repulse monkeys together, and then we'll look at slant flying and some repeats. Golden rooster, stands on right leg. Feel your tuck. Begin. 1. Follow through. Watch out for that overturn. Feel your stability in the low body. 2. Watch for the overturn. Feel your sunken down stability in the low body. 3. Watch out for the overturn. Feel sunken down as you start to do slant fly. Repeat. One more time. Begin. Repulse monkeys. 1. 2. 3. 'Slant fly. Okay. I just remembered a request. There's a request for that's very slow, broken down, telling you every bit of shifting, turning, stepping in the right order. Like directing or something. So let's do that. We'll do a little more practice, then we'll look at slant flying and the repeats. Maybe just slant flying, actually. Maybe we'll save the repeats for their own class. So we'll do one more time through there with detailed turning. This might be, if you're trying to move smoothly and enjoy your flow, this will be excruciating. But if you're trying to feel what connects to what in what order, this will be great. Hope so. Hopefully great. Turn to your right. Reach back with the left. Feel the balance of the two. Touch. Ball the foot. Touch the heel. Shift back. Turn. Turn toe. Feel your stability of where you did the move. Feels almost like it could be just a posture on its own. Follow. Turn. Sink elbow. Step in. Step back. Touch the heel, don't turn yet, shift the weight, don't turn yet, then turn. Follow through. Sink elbows, step in, step back, touch the heel, shift, then turn, then toe, follow through, turn. hopefully that's the part that you were asking about. We can go into that kind of detail and other moves too, if it helps you. I think you said it helps you remember it. So. All right. Let's take a look at slant flying, and maybe just slant flying. Yeah. So let's walk through it. We'll do it instructionally, like this was kind of beginner class from the last repulse monkey. So it'll feel like we're going to do another one, but then we do something else. So you'll start with that parallel, both toes out. So if they were facing forward, they both turn about 20 degrees, they're parallel. Distance-wise, it feels kind of like an embracing horse, or maybe a little bigger, but kind of like an embracing horse. Sink down. Remember, even though your toes are turned, you're still facing that way. Have a rounded, connected left arm and fingers, palm forward. Slant flying. Follow through like you did the other times. It's like you're going to do a new repulse monkey, but here's where it changes. This is broken down, right, so it won't quite be this, but turn to the front, or kind of the way you were walking away from. It'll be the left wall if you're facing your screen. Form a circle with the arms, left hand on top. Step in. Step back with the heel, even if the ball of the foot touches first. Turn the toes out, shift to the right. Turn the left toes in and switch the hands. At the end, your right palm's up, your left palm's down. Okay, let's do it 2 more times in this configuration, and then we'll break it down and analyze it. Slant flying, follow through. Turn the waist. Turn the waist back, form a circle with the arms, left on top. Step in, step back. Aiming with the heel, even if the ball touches first. Turn the toes out, shift to the right. Turn the left toes in. At the end, it's like 70% of the weight on the right, like I said. You're set. Follow through. Turn to the front. Circle the arms, step back. Turn the toes, shift the weight. Turn, switch the arms. Switch the hands. Okay, slant flying. Diagonal flying, slant fly. You'll hear these kinds of things. It's all the same move. Diagonal flying, slant fly, diagonal fly. Okay, so you want to see it from another angle? Maybe that'll help. This will be coming at you. So it'll be weird because I'll be doing opposite. The pulse monkey's coming from that way, and then I'll do slant fly this way. This is repulse monkeys 3. I just finished. Again. Okay. Foot placement. It's usually a challenge on this move, until you get it at least. Foot placement, you want to end up and hit the tiger. I don't know if you could tell. So if I'm facing the front, it would be this kind of tiger. If I'm facing the correct way, I should say it would be this kind of hit the tiger. There's my toe on the line, my heel on the other, on that same line. Left toes pointed to the front, right toes pointed out a little. That's where you want to end up. Getting there takes a little trial and error usually, and a lot of work on your balance. Cheating the toe, someone's going to wonder about this. So if you want to cheat the toe, which I might even recommend it when you're learning it, as long as it doesn't feel like it's an important part of the move that you cheat the toe. Because it's not, it's just a way to sort of make it a little more accessible and reduce the chance of doing it incorrectly in the knee at first. So here's how you do it. Once you follow through, there's that part where you turn back to the front. When you do that, just turn the left toes to the front as well. And try to do it without shifting off, which is kind of weird. But you'll follow through, more weight's on the back. You'll feel some pressure in the right to turn it, but you don't see a visible shift. And then from there, it's the same. I still form the circle. And now when I step back, it should feel pretty much like embrace tiger, return to mountain, or your It's a little easier, I'd say, than the beginning of Park the Wild Horses playing when you step back there. But step back straight from the hip, which won't be crossing the other foot, it won't be on a line because your hips are next to each other, right? So you reach back from the hip with the heel, like I said. Maybe you can touch with the heel first. That's good. Turn the toes. Like before, don't shift until the right toes are out. Then do your shift, and it'll feel off balance and wacky for a second. And then once you feel your substantial move to the right, then turn the other toes and let the arms follow in a connected manner. Still has that Pong energy in the arms, feeling kind of like Pong. Yeah. So I'm playing through previous classes and recalling what questions people have. One of them is that circling the arms thing seems weird, and it doesn't really happen when you go smoothly. Yes, you're correct. The circling of the arms is always sort of just a shortcut to get to the arm, get the arms to be in a certain place, right? I'm not holding a ball, I'm not turning a ball, a chi ball around, nothing like that. And not to be snooty about it, it goes for certain. The idea of the ball is a good shortcut to get the arms to go to the right place. So I totally get it. As long as you don't think you're really holding a magical ball. What is that magical ball? I don't know. Getting a little distracted here. So let me show you smoothly what we might interpret as there being no rounding of the arms or being no form of circle with the arms. I'll do it 180, backwards, from the front, however you want to say it. That feels a lot better, to be honest. But all the things that were happening to get the arms to go there still happen. And what are those things? Well, there's the waist turning back, which starts to form them into the ball, quote unquote. There's a rounded, connected feeling through the arms and the chest, even if it's just temporarily. And there's the waist, again, driving the arms to the right place. So you feel the waist pull them here, and then you feel the waist redirect them here, and then the waist redirect them here. So one, they're moving together, then they're going opposite, then they're going opposite. I'm relaxing through, even as I just stand here, relaxing through to get the arms to kind of do what they should do, and following the waist. Yeah. So maybe another angle would be here. How does it really go? Well, part of this is just my Tai Chi, but you see how it went through that circle, but it didn't stop there. And it was really not ever even quite there until, and once it was there, it was immediately doing something else. I don't know how clear that is to you. If it's not, ask me a question about it, and I'll try to make it more clear. So, in summary, learning version, we go through, we turn, we circle, we step, we turn, we shift, we arm. In Tai Chi, we don't really do any of that, but it's a good guideline to get things going in the right place. Application-wise, this is the one, if you recall, where there's an attack from a sucker punch from behind me to the right, or just kind of to the right, and I get out of the way and step behind, and then grab their hand and then flip them over my shoulder, ideally, if I do it perfectly and they're not ready for it. Let's practice. That's what's missing. Let's practice. Begin. You can do the learning version if you want. You can cheat the toe if you want. Sometimes I imagine my opponent going over and I start to overturn a little bit, so watch out for that. 2 more times. Again. Check your feet, even though I know you didn't watch it. I know you weren't watching your feet. Thank you. One more time. Begin. slant flying, diagonal flying, slant fly. Quickly, it'll look like this, with no opponent. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Let's try to connect it sequence-wise to some previous moves and the next moves. So we'll bow out after we go one more time from. Let's go back to that single whip before the snake creeps down. How about that? Reset. Mentally, physically, think of the next moves. Begin. New move. Lift hands. You don't know it, just copy the feet. And now you should know it. Repeats. Strike the shoulder even if we don't say it. You can if you want. Right crane. Brush knee push, just one of them though. And a move that is not playing guitar, so we'll stop there. All right. How to go, Black Sash training? Are you with me? Are you ahead of me? Am I boring you? Am I going too fast? Let me know. Even if it's all the above from day to day. So I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're getting some practice in, and I hope you're able to find some relaxation and peace in these times from your Tai Chi or from somewhere else, if not in your Tai Chi at this time. Because sometimes it goes like that. I love Tai Chi, and it's not, yeah, sometimes it's a challenge, and sometimes it's a wonderful practice. Not being very clear right now. Let's bow out our Black Sash training. Path of self-mastery requires a focused mind. Focused mind sees no obstacles. The path of self-mastery requires a focused mind. Focused mind sees no obstacles. The path of self-mastery requires a focused mind. Focused mind sees no obstacles. Black Sash training dismissed.